Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shortage. What's worth of a lady? Ain't nice, but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. And now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together, take your place in my heart. With your beauty I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
So the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. If you touch as a breezy night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts, call me Santa. Claus, I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Prestige Happy Hour. Welcome. How was your day? Welcome. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Let's ping everybody else into the room. My name is Ola. I come to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. And what we do here essentially is we extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. All right, but right now we're in the cruise mode. This week was cruise mode, okay? But still, I think there's a lot of lessons that we've learned this week. So we extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. We tackle them from a self-power, social seduction, attraction, emotional intelligence standpoint. Focus on yourself. That's what we do here. You can download our books for free. My wife and I, we have these books out there. They're on every platform, by the way. But you can get them here for free, manofprestige.com. You can download the PDF versions for free from manofprestige.com. You can also book a free complimentary coaching session as part of our present ongoing promo for our coaching programs. So yes, I am a life, relationship, and marriage coach. All right. Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to our sponsors. More Fresh Life with Natu Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Tima, Grace Corner, Deal of 3000, Yes TV, Chidima, Sparkleberry, Mary Fatona. Thank you so much for always supporting this platform. You can support this platform for as low as 99 cents by simply sponsoring the show, or even after the show with super stickers, super chats. And if you're more comfortable, you can also use Cash App, you can use PayPal, you can use Zelle. Email address for any one of those platforms, ask@manofprestige.com. And and also with Cash App is $man of prestige. You can support. It goes a long way in helping us supporting the mission here. Our mission is really to build healthier and healthier relationships. Okay, never mind marriage, healthier and healthier relationships. That's usually results in good marriages. So our focus is the relationships, or are the relationships. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Chidima is here. Welcome, Chidima. Welcome. Hello, Prestige family. She says, like I said, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Today, I'll be right back. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com. All right, welcome back. So, as you know, today we're talking about what we talk about. I'm 38 and single because what is your own because? Okay, let me keep it a buck with you. It's not really about you, particularly if you're single and 38. It's about your skills when it comes to the law of attraction, when it comes to how you show up in romantic relationships. That's what this is about. Okay, it's about your skills when it comes to romantic relationships. That's what this is about. So like I've told you, in terms of this platform here, dating, relationship, marriage is all the same. The small difference is that you can escape one faster than the other. You know, the states are involved in the one extreme and the other one is just serving quickus. Once you start having sex, you're just as good as being married. Okay, That's just the reality, because you can literally impregnate a person or you can get pregnant, and then you are responsible for the relationship between you and that collaborator for the rest of the life of the children you create. That's what this comes down to. So now, if you're still having sex with them, obviously it's a little bit dicey, right? You have to manage that with all the passion that comes with sex. But if you're no longer having sex with them, you still are responsible for managing that relationship for the rest of the life of the children you create with that person. Yes, so shout out to Uche Baby. Welcome, Uche Baby. MOP, what do you think about the question, why are you single? What do I think about the question? What do you mean, what do I mean? Can you elaborate? Before I dive into that, I have this other question that I'm wondering if you're in the chat right now and you were with Auntie B just a few minutes ago. Yeah, not like a little bit over an hour ago. What do you think about the question, why do people cheat? Why do men cheat? Is that something that has been... Let me ask you, why do men cheat? Let me ask you. Okay. I'm with Auntie B. I think, I have a certain feeling about the question. But since some people want to know, why do men cheat? Tell us. Tell us in the chat if you come up with the answers. All right. Anyway, shout out to everybody here. Again, help me hit the like button, share, subscribe. I'm just going to go ahead and continue. Chidima, if you can elaborate, let me know. Please let people know as they're coming in that the link to call in is pinned to the top. I'm only going to be here for... It's now 90 minutes minus 12. I got to be here. I got to leave in 90 minutes minus 12 minutes, whatever that is. What is that? 78 minutes now that we have left. All right. So, yeah, Chidima says, like the same way a person asks, what do you bring to the table when you're both on a date? Yeah, it's this weird questions that people kind of like, weird questions, and somehow people think they will get the right answer or a honest answer. You're not going to get an honest answer. You're just going to gaslight yourself for the most part. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and start reacting to the rest of the video we started yesterday. Shout out to Official Bro, the new. Shout out to Sheena Bowers, Jess Black, Simone Harris, and Tracy Hatchett. And of course, the host of that show. Shout out to her, Ashley L. Dalton. We're going to continue to react, okay? Let's continue to react. Help me tell people in the chat, in the backstage, that we're live, please. Thank you. All right, let's get to it.
Work at Starbucks or Burger King, Why are those men still available?
Ashley.
American Christians could soon have a painful and traumatizing 2024. And I'm not talking about the...
So you hear that loud from me?
The question is like, okay, since a bunch of men, they want feminine, soft, a girl that's not a boss chick who works at Starbucks, since there are many of them, there's more of them than the boss chicks, just off of economics class, right? The bottom is crowded and it's lonely at the top. Lonely at the top, right? Since there's so many of them, why are some of these men still single? That's a valid question, right?
How many men with money use that line?
Those men still available, or Burger King, Why are those men still available?
Why are those men still available? Is the
I think
question.
only men with money use that line, Ashley. So you hear that line from me?
Those men with money, and yeah.
So you said, why are the men single or why are the women single?
Why are the men single?
Why are the men single?
Like for yourself, you're saying she can work at Starbucks, she doesn't need to make her own money, sort of thing. Then that's easy to find, because there's beautiful women at CVS, the drugstore, that kind of thing.
So let me say this now.
Good evening, Babes Wings.
Ago, this wouldn't be a problem, but today, you have to look at what a woman is aspiring to be. So today, yeah, there are beautiful women who work at Starbucks for sure.
Of
there are
course.
beautiful women who work at CVS.
Yes.
But you still have to vet them. If she's a beautiful woman who works at CVS, but she listened to Lotto, if she listened to Meg Thee Stallion, if she's somewhere twerking, that disqualifies her. You understand what I'm saying? So there are things that you look at that would be considered quality, that would be considered qualities that you would hope to have in a woman.
Okay.
But there are also other things that could eliminate a woman. And I say today, one of the biggest things that eliminate a lot of women who 15 years ago, they would have been married for sure. The level of promiscuity. We live in
15 years, those women would have been married, but because of promiscuity. Let's keep going.
We live in a prostitute culture today. Everything is very transactional. So 15 years ago, you had the girl working at Starbucks, super sweet, laid back, chill, humble. Now today, again, the girl who works at Starbucks, once she takes off her Starbucks uniform, she going over the top, thigh-high shorts, and she asking for cash apps. She's telling me that she want to go to STK. She wants to go to Salt Bay restaurant. Like, you have women, again, who used to be super, super humble, but today everybody's trying to do the
So women we used to be super, super humble, right? Let's keep going. But, you know, they would have been married 15 years ago, but because promiscuity or because of pride, which one is it? I'm still listening. Let's keep going.
The Meg Thee Stallion, the Cardi B, the Lotto thing. So again, I run across that for sure, I can tell you. But yeah, for sure.
But I think that comes with it a little bit. Like, I think a man is looking for someone who's young, beautiful, in shape, and in exchange, you're financially stable, responsible, and you can do all the things in exchange for her beauty and her being on your arm.
For sure.
Saying, this is my girl. She's a 10, a perfect 10.
For sure. Now, let me also preference one more thing. For me, myself, and it should really be this way across the board for men my age. At this point of the game, I'm looking for a wife. So I'm only going to deal with women who I can send through a vetting process. There are people who I might have entertained 10 years ago, but today, if I don't think you could be my wife, I'm not going to date you. So everything is more.
If I don't think you're going to be my wife, I'm not going to date you. That's quite different from what I said yesterday. It's very different. But I see how it can be misinterpreted as the same thing. Because even yesterday, I had to clarify a couple of times, right? So I can respect that. But I'm going to straighten that up. He said,
but today, if I don't think you could be my wife, I'm not going to.
If I don't think you could be my wife. How is that different from what I said yesterday? Can somebody tell me in the chat how it's different from what I said yesterday? If I don't think you could be my wife, I'm not going to date you. Let's keep going.
So everything is more of like a vetting process. That's a little bit stricter. The bar for dating or just messing with the girl, that bar is a little bit lower. But again, I'm out wife shopping. So it's not to say that my expectations are too high, but the promiscuity thing, that thing right there, I don't understand why regular everyday women, square women who go to work 40 hours a week, why they do this like I said, this promiscuity thing. You got a lot of women.
Well, so I would definitely give Brother New a benefit of a doubt. I would not assume that I know what it means by promiscuity. I just would not assume that at this point because it's repeated a few times. I would want to know what it means by that. Okay. Is there some kind of spectrum? What is promiscuity? What does that mean? Okay, a woman who is 38 and single and who is not a virgin, I'm not necessarily policing how she chooses to engage other people in terms of her sexuality. I'm not doing that directly or indirectly in the name of society or not. I'm not going to do that. The older you get, it's just the reality. People become of a certain age, they're going to be humans, meaning they will have sex. And the reason why anybody will not be okay with that, outside of maybe religion or just some kind of moral standard, I don't understand it, right? Even people that are religious, they don't bother people that are quote unquote unbelievers, right? So, but I would like to know what it means by promiscuity and not assume what I think he's saying. Promiscuity on the extreme of it would be Olosho, you're just prostituting. On the other end of it is just a young lady, 35, 40. She's met a few people in her time. She's dated a few of them. She thought it was going somewhere. It's not going anywhere. She smashed a few times. She enjoyed herself. Some she didn't enjoy. She moved on. Some people also interpret that as promiscuity, right? What's your body count? What she told you 2 is actually multiplied by 2 or 3. But she told you, but she's not going to tell you the truth. That's the bottom line, right? But somehow you're obsessed with this number that you will never know what it is. I would like to know what he means by promiscuity.
How they got stripper poles in their front room. Like, if
Stripper
you work
poles.
a job 40 hours a week, why do you have a stripper pole in your front room? Why are you twerking? Why are you twerking on the internet? You work a job.
Hit the like button.
Leave
Hit the
that
like
for the
button.
Prostitutes. Leave that for the strippers. The lines are just blurred today. So
Twerking. Why are you twerking? Why are you twerking? Ladies, why are you twerking? Can you tell us in the
I
chat?
understand that men don't want a woman that doesn't get around. Like, I can understand that part. But I don't believe that a man wants 100% of a good girl. I think that's a complete lie. I think you want some spice. You want a little action. You know what I mean? So I can't say 100% like good girl. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
Well,
I wouldn't assume for Brother Nu. Maybe he wants a woman who is 100%. Maybe, right? How many of you got notification today? If you got notification today, let me know. If you got notification today, let me know. If you didn't get notification, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you did not get notification today. Put a 2 in the chat if you got notification. Thank you. I'm trying to see something. Welcome, Marriott. Welcome. Mara says, "Brother Nu, lovers gather here, calling film girl only." Film girl will not date Brother Nu, but there's a big old but. Welcome, Kemi. Welcome, Kemi. Did I miss somebody here? I want to make sure. Welcome, Angela Serial. She said, "Men cheat because they are selfish." All right, I'll take that in. Let's put that in the box. If you have any other reasons why you think men cheat, put it in the box. We'll talk about it if we have enough of them. Let's see. Shout out to Kemi. Evening. Another offensive question. What's your body count? That's offensive? Why is it offensive? You're not going to tell the truth anyway. Chidima, why is it offensive? I think it's offensive, but I wanted to know if you have a special why. Welcome, Natu. I'm just here today collecting offensive questions. What do you bring to the table? Why are you single? What's your body count? Oh, the why are you single in terms of you? Okay, so it's just a pregnant question. Stop it, Chidima. You found it offensive. That's why you were saying. All right, so you did not get notification, Chidima. Okay. Uche, baby, didn't get notification. Okay. All right. We need to protest. We need to start our protest August 1 to YouTube. They need to be sending out our notifications. But honestly, I think a lot of it has to do with interest. If I don't have UL's Edoche's name in the title, if I don't have Emeka Ike's name in the title, YouTube will not send out. But they're also being trained by your behavior, just so you know. Okay. Uncle Bendo said, I didn't get notification. Uche says, no notification. That question always gets me. Is it for future record purposes? I could never tell you the truth anyway. Misty is right. Exactly right. So go figure. Now, I knew that women would never tell me the truth. Women past a certain age will never tell me the truth. But somehow, we have 38-year-old men and single still asking these questions out there. And then they blame me for encouraging women to not answer the truth. Who would you do with that? Let me get my sound effects ready.
How would juju be that?
Serious juju. It's offensive because it's invasive. I like that. I do think it's invasive. And I also think it's not only invasive to the lady I'm asking, it's invasive to my time. Why am I spending time with people that I have to ask those questions to? That's the way I see it. You know, if I have to ask all these questions that are designed to help to police the other person so they don't come and take advantage of me, it's like I already feel something is off. Why am I spending time with that person? Right? Or I could jump on the panels on the internet and pretend that I'm talking about society when it's really about me. Misty says, I get notified. Okay, that's good to see. I didn't get a notification either. Miss Diva, welcome. Men are just selfish. A responsible man needs to have self-control and dignity. Okay, let's drop it. No dignity, no self-control, and selfish. That's 3. We'll put that in the box. Let me start them all, just in case we decide to come back to that conversation another day. All right. Okay, Natu says, I get notified. Awesome. I like to hear that. I will tell you mine. I will tell you if you tell me yours. Wahala. Wait, Uncle Beno, were you asking somebody? I want to know. Uncle Beno said, want to know. On a serious note, if a man asks for your body count, tell him only 3. It works magic all the time. How do you know that it works magic all the time, Uncle Beno? How do you know this? Tell me more. No, or when you say it works magic, what do you mean? I want to know what you mean by that. Babes will say no notification too. Wahala. Mr. E, Pastor Shola said, never tell the count number because it has caused serious conflict and even separation. Yeah, if you tell that number, you're lame. Ladies, listen to me carefully. If you tell the actual number, you are just as lame as the person asking the number. Okay? You need to work on yourself so that you can have a little bit more options than people that will come to you and be asking you stupid questions. Work on yourself. It shows lack of decorum. Word. My body count plenty, oh. That's why I sit my black butts down in my 40s. Uncle Beno, you know the funny thing? You're allowed that your body count be plenty. To a certain extent, depending on the circle, because men also tell themselves that. They say, oh, we're allowed to have as many. Not necessarily. It's just lame to talk about that, okay? Some pickup artists or people that claim to teach pickup artists might say they might be walking around the internet. The internet, keep in mind, the internet bragging about their body count. They are just as lame, but also they are not that lame because they are taking people's money, okay? They'll tell you my body count is 1,500, 500, 700, 10,000, and there are literally people giving them, handing them money to teach them how to get body count that much. Men for the most part, because society somehow they paint this picture that is okay. Everything, like everything else in life, there's a certain number you hit that you just start to come off as. There's a word I'm trying to use. I don't want to use it here. I want to be respectful. It starts with an R. You're slow, essentially. Okay, if you become a sucker for those kind of people. But yeah, let me continue. So let's continue this video.
Mind you, I said posting it on the internet. You can shoot cash all you want in the privacy of your home. That's
now you can twerk at home
on the internet.
Even though it says some people
out there to the world. That's when it becomes
dance poll earlier, right?
And in most cases, if you like, babe, listen, why would you do that? Like, if you're my lady, be working and then making it public. A lot of times you're gonna get pushback, you're gonna get resistance. It's like, what do you do in that situation? You understand what I'm saying? If you say, hey, listen, babe, can you please take that twerk video down? Hey,
So you're dating a lady, or maybe you're even married to them. You don't have one chance. And then she's twerking on the internet. And then you say, please, can you please take down the twerk video on the internet? Okay? Me, I can guarantee you now that Uncle Beno and I were not married to a woman that would twerk on the internet. Okay? Somebody they say it's because we're lucky. I was on. How many people saw me on Dr. Shala's show today? I was on Dr. Shala's show for eating chicken on Dr. Shala's show for a few minutes. How many minutes? Maybe about 5 to 7 minutes. I was on there today. A lot of men were coming for him, saying that he's just lucky, that there's nothing out there on this street anymore. So I jumped on to say, hey, they say we're lucky. But I jumped on to just celebrate him because we don't have too many men that are actually having this conversation on the internet in the manner that we do. Most people are just out there to advocate for lameness in men, and I don't, obviously I don't do that. Yeah, so we're just lucky. Uncle Beno and I were lucky to have women that will not twerk on the internet, right? So I should just pretend that I don't have this question in my head. Why are you married to a woman that will be twerking on the internet? Okay, now we do know that Tia Mowry is out there twerking on the internet, but that's after she's finding herself, okay, after divorce. All right, so clearly she wanted to do it for so long, but she couldn't, but she now doing after she's filed for divorce. So I wonder why she didn't do it while she was inside. Maybe she respected that man to a certain extent that she wouldn't do that while she was still with him, right? I'm just saying, just asking, you know. But welcome, Mr. EE, in case I didn't say that. Yeah, welcome, CC, welcome. All right, the links are pinned to the top. Brother Nu is still talking, okay? He's saying that it will get a lot of pushback if you say, hey, can you please take down the twerking video?
You say, hey, listen, man, can you please take that twerk video down? Hey, ask men how that conversation goes. Hey, can you please take that twerk video down since we're in a relationship? Ask men how that conversation goes.
I was involved with a woman. My last year.
Wait, before this gentleman say, okay, first of all, if a woman is twerking and you're dating her, okay, this one is deep, and I want to be careful with saying it, okay? A woman is twerking on the internet, okay, and you're dating her, and your solution is to ask her to take it down since we're dating. And you're getting pushback. Baba, you deserve the pushback. You deserve the pushback. The last thing ever, this goes for both men and women, that you ever want to do is to come off. I know sometimes you don't mean any harm. It's to come off like you're trying to change a person. If you're dating them, you are dating them. Okay, now there are ways to have certain conversation. It's not that it's completely wrong to not want your wife or your girl, somebody you see as a wife, to be. It's not that you're completely wrong, but this part that you guys struggle with is how you say it. It's your communication style. It's your communication skills that really come to play in that scenario. Now, you really don't have any rights outside of the rights that I'm going to give you right now.
Well, you're right.
Can you believe that she's about to potentially become the United States president? Can you believe that? Interesting. Anyway, it's not that you're wrong per se. It's about your communication skills, right? It's about your communication, like, now, how I would communicate that would depend on, there's so many factors that I have to consider in how I will communicate that. If I really like that girl, right, and she's twerking on the internet. You know me, I'm just lucky. I didn't come from the era where people were twerking on Instagram. Back then, they were twerking on MySpace. Right? So, MySpace and High Five. Oh, High Five, right? Yeah, High Five. Sorry. If you know High Five, you're old, okay? Just so you know. It's about how you have that conversation, right? Every communication starts with verbal. That's fine, you know. Babe, the twerk on the internet, I don't like it. Just own it. You don't like it. I don't like it, right? Now, I wouldn't be too serious, okay? Because first of all, like I said, you don't really have any rights outside of this rights.
Well, you're right.
You don't really have any rights. I'm sorry. Because that's another human being entirely. Now, you do have rights to learn how to communicate. If you say, I don't like it, and she just start pushing back at you, like without even considering your feelings, she probably also does not like you.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Right.
If you don't get the cue that she doesn't like you, and then you go ahead and repeat yourself the second, the third, the fourth time.
You think so they're wise?
Baba, you deserve all the pushback that comes from that.
Sorry.
Because honestly, you could just leave. You can just leave her right there. There's a guy on the internet, I forgot his name now. He used to say, just leave her right there at the restaurant. Not at the restaurant, but just leave her, okay? Because that's another adult entirely, and by you staying, you're incentivizing exactly what you don't like. That's why I said you deserve it. Okay, let me continue this video.
Relationship. And I love how she worded this. She's like, all right, what's the theme for tonight? Michelle Obama, or I think it was Cardi B. Yeah, yes, Cardi B or Michelle. I love how she worded this. She went, my last serious relationship, I was involved with a woman, my last serious relationship, and I love how she worded this. She's
Yes,
like,
now,
all right,
Cece.
what's the theme for tonight?
You didn't know that?
Michelle Obama, or I think it was Cardi B. Yeah, yes, Cardi B or Michelle Obama. So she had the duality. She know that I like the duality, and she knew how to switch it up.
Okay, that's fair. Does anyone else want to?
Okay, so that's a person is engaged with a young lady. Like, well, what do you like today, Michelle Obama or Cardi B? And she knew how to switch it up. This gentleman down here, Andre, is clearly saying that I'm okay as long as it's wild stuff. You can switch it up. I like, I kind of like, I like Virgin Mary / Cardi B type of vibe, Official brother Andrew is like, what is he? What is simp talk? He's a fucking simp. What is he talking about?
I
was going to say, do you guys think that men
hit the like button, please,
do with women being promiscuous on the internet?
Absolutely.
Do you men take any type of accountability or role in that?
Don't answer that question. That's a loaded question. Don't answer that question. Let's repeat the question. Gentlemen. This is the kind of question you don't answer. Don't attempt to answer the question. You answer this question, you're talking too much.
I was going to say, do you guys think that men have something to do with women being promiscuous on the internet?
Absolutely.
Do you men take any type of accountability or role in
Brother Anu is going to answer the question.
Absolutely not.
He's going to answer.
Here's the thing.
Oh no, it's not going to say just no. He's going to elaborate. Let's continue. We're going to hear it. Brother Anu is content. It's lovely.
Any and everything gets attention, right? If someone takes a
but
from who? It'll get attention from flies. The women who have that high level of promiscuity, they also have trauma stories to go along with that.
Wait, if you think whenever he says promiscuity is talking about twerking on the internet, put a 1 in the chat. I'm still trying to figure out what it means by promiscuity. If you think whenever he says that he's talking about twerking on the internet, or maybe he's talking about something else, what else is he talking about? So does that mean you as her guy will need to go through all our pics and BM videos and do a cleanse? Well, mine, according to Brother Nu, she's not understanding. Listen, if you don't understand at this point,
you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Cece, let's just move forward. Okay, I promise you, there's probably nothing much more than the confusion to understand. These people love extremes. There are no women between Michelle or Cardi B. They will call normal women boring. You think? I think there's an in-between. You don't think it's a spectrum? Michelle, Cardi B. You don't think? You think? Okay, those are extremes. I think they're just talking about. I think they will see you as Cardi regardless. But if you feel that you may have an issue with what a woman may have on her social media, then go and check before even asking the person on a date. Ideally, yes, but let's just pretend that I just didn't see it. I'm too busy. I'm a high value man. I'm getting paid so I can take care of us. So you can just live in the house forever and not have to work. So then we started dating before I find out. I'm just giving Brother Nu the benefit of the doubt here, right? And I found out. And I was like, can you please take down the twerking video since we're in a relationship? How would you respond to that? Let me pick on a couple of people. CC, So Beauty. Shout out to you, So Beauty. Babe Wins, Marriott. How would you respond to that if I say, hey, that twerking video, let's just assume it's not necessarily a twerking video. It's just you showing your backside, like, and taking a picture like this. You know how you go like this and you do like this, right? Or it could be as simple as, just the picture of our food. You know how you ladies like to take the picture of the food before we start eating on the date, right? And it's like, why are you telling all our business, right? You know, everybody's threshold is different. But some people's promiscuity could be just the food. I'm capping, I know, but stay with me, okay? And they say, hey, can you take down, I don't want everybody to know what, you know, about the you know, I don't want them to know about the food. You know, in Nigeria, I'll say, you don't know, there's people looking at the food we are eating. You don't want people's in our matter. In this world, there's the spiritual attacks everywhere, right? Bottom line is that they're telling you that they don't like that thing you're making public. And they say, hey, since we're dating, can you just take it down? How would you respond to that? Let me see. Let me see. Life Mosaic says, some people might not twerk, but very promiscuous. Another angle. You're supposed to soothe our feelings and make us feel a little bit better, Life Mosaic. You're scaring the ish out of us by even saying that. So they don't twerk, but they're promiscuous regardless. That is scary. Scary. What did Brother Anu say yesterday? Spooky. He said spooky. That is spooky. MOP, I don't easily understand stuff. Can please stand up and twerk so we can get it at the back. Wait, do I need to show you twerking video? How we do this? Let me see if we can find something a little clean. I think what we call twerking when it comes to what's her name, Tia Mowry, I think it's still clean. I think a lot of people just get triggered out there by the fact that she filed for divorce. Let me see. She does do a little bit of dancing here and there on the internet, but I think they exaggerated too. Let me see if I can find one. She knows how to trigger them. Oh, she's twerking on the internet. She asked for divorce and then she's over there twerking on the internet. I'm like, really? She's been twerking, just twerking all along. I'm trying to see if I can find one right now. I'm going through her page. This is her page. This is the beautiful Tia Mowry. Let's see. Did she have any dancing videos here? Trying to see. Okay, so this one is not twerking, but this is something that be like, why are you showing that? Why are you showing that on the internet? Can you take that down since we're not dating? That's her beautiful mother. Look at that. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find a video where she might have been twerking. Okay. Okay. Uncle Beno, you know what twerking is now, right? Okay. The skirt is too short for a married mother with children. Don't you think? Wait, can you guys see? Is it big enough? Okay, you guys can see, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's not exactly twerking, but that's a dance. Let me see if anything else. But as soon as she filed for divorce, okay. What is this? This is okay. That's not exactly twerking, but I don't know. I'm trying to see. So as you can see, there's not too many videos here of her doing anything excessively inappropriate. But you know how that goes. When you see one of it, let's just judge her, Jari. You know, it is what it is. I'm trying to see if they can find anything. Okay. Let's see. It's not too many stuff going on here, but anytime she does anything close to twerking, they definitely catches it, or they catch it. Okay, let's look at this one. Aha. Which vibe are you channeling today? Okay, that's a lot for a mother. Okay, she's turned off comments. Is that what I'm looking at? She turned off comments. Interesting. I wonder why she turned off the comments. Let's see if we can look at one more. Let me leave this alone. I'm going to leave this alone. The point here is that Uncle Beno, the first one I showed you is what some people consider twerking. You don't have to go too far before some people get triggered. Okay, it is what it is. My man wouldn't need to ask me personally. I would feel a type of way because it's showing me you're being controlling. So we will jump all the way from, hey, we're dating now, respect me. You'll be all the way at controlling. You're getting ready to say, hey, you're being controlling. Why are you taking pictures of food? Are you a food blogger? Another angle, you see? Exactly. Well, if you're a very private person, don't date a social butterfly. That's a good point. Don't come there and then try to change them. That is precisely what we call controlling behavior. Today, Dr. Shola call it witchcraft. Controlling behavior is witchcraft. The reason why I agree with that is because oftentimes the people that are controlling, they don't realize they're being controlling, and that makes it makes it even super hard for them to admit it. Because oftentimes they can't see. They're like, yeah, we're just trying to make sure we protect these people. Yeah, right. You're trying to change people. That's what it means. Okay? You don't understand the power of influence and how much more it is better than using controlling. All of that is big English for you, so you're confused at this point. So it's witchcraft. I'll conclude it's witchcraft at this point. Yes, it's in as juju. If you know that you're creating the result that you don't like, then it's time to seek help. Okay, if you want to change it. Let's see. Hello, D-Love. D-Love, you should have brought about 15 more people. Hit the like button. Welcome. Welcome, D-Love. Uncle Beno said this is not twerking, so you knew what twerking was. Wait, I thought she and her twin were Jesus babies. Chidima, are you trying to take us back to Jesus babies? Just because you twerk doesn't make you not Jesus baby. That's precisely what Jesus babies do. Twerking on the internet. What do you mean? Let's see. Kemi said, I'm a lady, and even if I roll my eyes sometimes when people keep taking pictures of food, does that make me bad belly? I don't know. These are the issues. You know, everything is in the eyes of the beholder. Let's play a little bit more of this. Brother Nu is still talking. Okay, let's stop being rude.
You take a look at those women. Take a look at their lives when they cut the camera off, or they're married. What's their living situation? You understand what I'm saying? Are their children out of wedlock? When you take a look at their lives off the camera.
Ah, yes. I love the sound of my money being wasted. Who the heck likes
it all lines up. This woman has had a ton of trauma. Women who twerk on the internet, not all, but a lot of them. Women who twerk on the internet, they have multiple children out of wedlock.
Women, listen, if you agree with that, put a 1 in the chat. If you disagree with that, put a 2 in the chat. Women would twerk on the internet. Let's repeat it.
It all lines up.
It all lines up.
This woman has had a ton of trauma. Women who twerk on the internet, not all, but a lot of them. Women.
Type that out for me, please. Women would twerk on the internet, not all, but a lot of them. A lot of them is still generalizing. If you say a lot of them, it depends on the context of what you're saying. If you say a lot of them, you say most, you say 95%, you say 80%, or you say 51%. It's the context that tells me if you're generalizing or not, okay? And by the way, it's okay to generalize, but you have to make it okay for me to tackle it, that's all, okay? All right, good. Women who twerk on the internet, what?
Women who twerk on the internet, they have multiple children out of wedlock.
They have multiple children out of wedlock. Women who twerk on the internet, they have multiple children out of wedlock. If you agree with that, put a 1 in the chat. If you disagree with that, put a 2 in the chat. Have multiple children. Women who twerk on the internet equals to have multiple children out of wedlock. I just want to know. Tell me, okay?
Those women are usually not living the best life. They're usually unwedded, right?
They're usually not living the best life, usually unredded. Okay. Unredded means they're not educated, right?
So there are negative things that come along with that. There are negative things that come along.
So that come along with that. Is it not being redded that leads to twerking on the internet, or is the twerking on the internet that leads to multiple children out of wedlock? I would like to know what's the cause and what's the effect. I'm very, very curious at this point.
With that, and I think as a woman, you should evaluate, like, am I winning? Where does this leave me? Where is this level of promiscuity?
As a woman, all of us should evaluate. As a person, am I winning? I've had to do that a lot in recent times. Not with regards to romantic life, but in other aspects of my life. Unwedded, not redded. Thank you. I've had to assess things, right? And a big part, let me be vulnerable with you guys. Focus is a big deal for me. Focus is something that some of you that have seen my other platform, you know I've talked about this. Focus, right? Focus is one of the most difficult things for me to do. I can acknowledge that as a person. So I've had to be extremely anal about being focused. But I believe that most human beings also struggle with focus. Right? So a statement is true, not just for women, but also all of us, right? Am I winning? What does winning mean to you? That creates another question. What does winning mean to you? Am I succeeding? What does success mean to you, right? That creates another question. But I'm guessing Brother Nu is not going to, it's just going to say what it means winning.
Good things that come along with that. And I think as a woman, you should evaluate, like, am I winning? Where does this leave me? Where does this level of promiscuity, where does this leave me?
Oh, not the promiscuity again. We're talking about promiscuity today, by the way, everybody. The topic is I'm 38 and single because I don't like promiscuity. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. But then, you know.
Where does this end up? Is any man taking me serious? Yeah, I get a lot of attention, but do they take me home to meet their mother? If I'm in a relationship, go ahead. I don't mean to be long-winded.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I was going to say, I think that's where...
Now, he said, go ahead. I didn't mean to be long-winded. If I were Brother Nu, I wouldn't stop. I would finish my thoughts. But I have a theory on why he stopped. Okay? I feel like Brother Nu might be on a journey. Okay? That's what that moment told me. Yes, I'm picking up on the moment. That moment tells me a lot. But let me come to the chat. Women who twerk on the internet means they have a lot of children outside of wedlock. 2. You don't agree. D-Love said 2. Kemi said 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus Christ. Women who twerk on the internet that have multiple children out of wedlock. Is this APC Bishop statistics? I have a feeling you might be onto something. Chidima. 2. But I bet no. Do you agree with that or no? If you're listening. I didn't see yours, so. I didn't see yours. If you're a brother, I know you guys are always hiding and not talking. Tell me, do you agree with that or not? Unwedded, not unredded. Unwedded, not married. Are you getting married or not? As he asked himself if he's winning, is he still single or it's all right? Chidima, that's whataboutism. Answer the question first. That's whataboutism. It's the spirit of twerking that causes single motherhood. These people and their reasoning, I don't understand. Listen, it's Brother Nu. It's Brother Nu. He's telling us something here. Maybe we can learn one or two things. Let's see. How could she say that women who twerk on the internet have multiple children? Where did she get that from? She did smoke Igbo. I need the sound effect. She did smoke Igbo. I need that. I'm gonna need that. Yeah. Send it to me in the back chat if you find it anyway. Just the sound. You did smoke Igbo. But Anu spoke the truth, but he talks so much. But Anu, do you have a channel? Wait, Marriott, this your eyes where you do like this. What does that mean? Did you mean what you said? I want to know if you mean what you said first. Okay. But Anu spoke the truth. He's speaking his truth for sure. You know, I have to believe that all the women is seen twerking on the internet have multiple children outside of wedlock. I have to believe him on that. I'm sorry, yo.
Oh my days,
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to believe. I have to believe him. All the women he's seen on the internet, twerking on the internet, all of them. I have to believe him. All of them, they have multiple children outside of wedlock. Yeah. I have to believe him. I have to believe him, right? That's his experience. It is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. You don't agree? Tell me your own truth, okay? Tell me your own truth if you do not believe. Let's see. Yes, TV say, can you please call back? Can't seem to reach you. What are you talking about? Yes, TV. Did you mean to type that here? Oh, are you saying disconnect? What's going on here? You didn't hear it? You never hear it. What is Brother News channel? I need it for Film Girl. May God forgive you. MOP remembers APC Bishop tonight. Listen, APC Bishop. That's my guy. It's not allowed here though. Yes, I'm owning the whataboutism with my full breast. Wahala. Don't let them hear that, yo. That will bring them to the yard. Oh. To be serious, he was saying many things that made sense, many things that were personal gripes. The other guy gave us nothing with his blue Cantrell sunnies. I see what you mean, but I think the other guy was actually reading the room, and but I'm not sure if he's that much better. Anyway, but he didn't give us much to work with. So, and I'd rather he does that. Anyway, let me play a little bit more.
A lot of women, you hit a good point, because a lot of women get attention and respect mixed up. A lot of women be on the internet twerking and half naked, so they're getting a lot of comments, they're getting a lot of views, and they think, oh, you know, they're doing their thing, but they're not being respected. And I think it's because, and that's where I'm like, do men take accountability, because they're giving the women that attention?
Yeah,
but,
so they assume that that's what you should be doing. I agree.
When you go,
she says she agrees. What she's talking about is that if you go on my discovery page on Instagram, you might see a lot of Tunde Ednut, God bless African booty, you know, like about 60 yards of booty. And somehow those women will interpret that as that's what I want in my house. That's what she's talking about. So she wants me to hold myself accountable. She wants me to hold myself accountable for all the big booties on my Instagram discovery page, because maybe I like them, maybe I mistakenly double tap on them, or maybe today not just have them in my face because he has other type of content going on. I should hold myself accountable for the big booty that's been presented on my discovery page. See logic.
You think so they're wise?
I should hold myself accountable for that. Anyway, Uncle Beno says, if Brother Nu is specific to black women in America with the twerking and multiple baby out of wedlock, then I agree with him. Is that 100%? Uncle Beno, you're going to have to show me some stats. Since you are here, maybe you know the stat is quoting from. Maybe show me some stats. Absolutely no relationship between twerking and being a single mother. Please, what age are we in? Who are these people? She said, your daddy.
Your daddy. Your daddy.
She said, who are these people? Uncle Beno say 1111111. All right, Uncle Beno, I'm waiting for the stats. Maybe you can show us some source or cite some sources or something like that. Maybe we can know. Maybe we can assess it together. Does he know that there are plenty teenagers and Gen Z twerking all over the internet, and these young ladies, most of them don't even have children yet? I'll tell you what. From what I've seen, I would argue that there's a ton of virgin twerking on the internet right now as we speak.
You they use your fuck to play.
All right. So, go figure. Bottom line is that I don't see the connect. Maybe if I can see some kind of studies or something like that, maybe we can help arrange it. I don't know, man. But let's continue. But this young lady want me to hold myself accountable because there are booties on my booties from Tunde Ednut's page on my discovery page. Okay. Oh.
Go look at the twerk videos. Go look at the comments. It's more women complimenting them than men.
He said, go look at the comment. There's more women complimenting them than men. what I would ask myself, what I know is that how did I end up in the comments seeing all of this, all these people that are complimenting, and I noticed that they're all women. I would ask myself that question. But let's keep going.
And the men who are complimenting them, it's the men
Yeah,
that
Sims.
those women wouldn't breathe in their direction in real life. So as far as anybody taking any level of accountability, it has to be on the women. Another thing also, I say 7 days a week.
I have to say, if you're twerking on the internet, that's your account. You have to be. You just do that with your full chest. You have to be accountable to that. You cannot blame me or okay. You can blame Tunde or not me. Okay.
Women are smarter than men. Women are smarter than men. A woman knows what type of attention she's getting. When a guy looks at a woman and says,
He said, women are smarter than men. Listen to that carefully. That will sound like, oh, let me just say that just to make sure that they're like, oh, they would love to hear this right now. Women are smarter than men, right? So that they can hear the next point. Let's see what the next point is.
What type of attention she's getting. When a guy looks at a woman and says, I want you to be my wife. Or when a guy looks at a woman and says, I want you to be my BITCH. Women know the difference in the energy. There's a different level of energy. When a man wants to court
That's true,
you,
right?
when a man wants to wife you,
It's
there's
true.
a different level of energy than if a man wants to sleep with you the first night. And again, I say that women are smarter than men. They know the difference.
I disagree. Because of that last sentence, I disagree. I'll say they'll know if you're lame, yes. But they don't have to know the difference between if you want to wife them up or if you want to sleep with them. They don't really have to know the difference. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Women know the difference in the energy. There's a different level of energy. When a man wants to court you, when a man wants to wife you, there's a different level of energy than if a man wants to sleep with you the first night. And again, I say that women are smarter than men. They know the difference. But
that's the issue. That's the issue right there. It's right in front of you. A woman does not have to know the difference between if you want to smash or you're trying to wife her up. She doesn't have to know that. She will know if you're lame. She can pick it up. Okay? But she doesn't have to know the difference. She does not have to know the difference. How does she know? It's no wonder that she doesn't want you. Because you're so obvious. You're telling on yourself so soon. You talk too goddamn much. How did she know that you want to smash? What do you mean? Well, because I said she should bring, shout out to Shay, she should bring over the bottle. She still doesn't have to know. She still does not have to know. Even if you say, hey, you want to come over my apartment, bring a bottle of wine. Even if that's your method, she still doesn't have to know. She still doesn't have to know. That's the issue. And he thought he was going to land that point by telling us, maybe telling you ladies, pandering to what you ladies up front, that you guys are smarter. Let me come to the chat too. Hold on 1 second. I missed a little bit here. Uncle Beno says, these are subjective stats. Thanks for telling me that, Uncle Beno. I'll just take that with a pinch of salt. I'll leave that alone. Is conflicting single moms, promiscuity, twerking? My confusion is confused. Yeah, right, the original question. I don't want to assume what he meant by promiscuity. What does he mean by that? So far, we got twerking, we got dancing pole. Okay. What else did you get? Twerking. We didn't even get a full blown like, oh, she's. Well, we got the multiple children out of wedlock. We got that part, right? All right. Now, women. There's so many women that have children outside of wedlock. And they're not twerkers on the internet, right? There's so many. Oh my God. Let's leave that alone for now. You're spot on. Young ladies of all races, they all twerk, even preteens. Listen, the twerking thing in 2024, if you're overreacting to it, it's on you. Okay, I'm not saying that the wives should twerk. But I'm just saying, what about just avoiding twerkers? Like anybody who's twerking on it, just avoid them, right? That will solve all of your personal problems. Naija internet famous people are trashy and they don't represent the average Naija women. Same for brother news people. Wait, famous people like example what? Because I know some famous people, right, that they don't present as trashy. We could start with Banky W and his wife. They are both actors and famous people. Let me see if I could give another example. Would be Deola and Dari at Alade. They're also famous, right? Maybe this is obvious. Maybe this is too obvious. Obviously, maybe they're too old. So let me not use Uncle Lou Jacobs, right? But we have Okonla Nwadiemi is actually not too bad. He presents very clean. A few of the newer age people, right? So can you give me an example of trashy? I can give you examples. Who are you talking about? Like who? Like MC Oluomo, is that famous? Like who? Like I don't know. Who's the other one? I was somebody that was yelling the other day on the internet. See, it's very hard for me to remember them. Who are you talking about, Marriott? Tell me, talk to me. I'm capping, maybe I'm capping, but tell me. I can't remember any of the trashy ones right now. Trashy twerkers on the internet. Not Inia though, right? Not ooh, like ooh. Not Inia. Not maybe Inia though, not Rita Dominics, right? Who's trashy, right? I'm trying to figure. Let's just let it go. Some facts are better concealed than stated. Uncle Veno. I was gonna let it go. I was going to let it go, Uncle Veno. I was gonna let it go. I was. I promise you, I was gonna let it go. Okay, I'll let it go. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Destiny Etiko, is that trashy? I don't follow her. Go figure. I barely remember what that person looks like. Is she melanin color type? Who is the Nigerian woman that is always twerking? She's married and her husband always in her video. Ooh, watermelon? Who's that person? Oh, Vicky James? She's famous, I guess. What a stupid comment. So twerkers now have multiple kids out of wedlock. Women know when a man wants to smash and be serious. Most times they just don't want the man that is ready to be serious. It depends. I don't know what you mean by that. She doesn't have to know. You know, if we're going to generalize, allow me to generalize. She doesn't have to know. You know. Yeah. No, that ninja was pandering to women right there. That's what that was. Women are smarter. To only to say something stupid at the end. But anyway, I'm not getting you, Ola. Why doesn't she have to know exactly? She doesn't have to know. How I move. I'm talking to the gentleman now. CC. Okay, this is if you're a man and you want to know that, you come behind the scenes, you talk to me. She does not have to know your intentions. That's terrible. That's the way you move. Okay, she does not have to know your intentions. Either you want to smash or you're trying to wife her up. It's because you're so predictable, and it's no wonder you're getting dumped left and right. You're very predictable. That's why she knows if you're about to smash. Or remember the conversation with Shay yesterday, right? How you treat her, she's going to suddenly know. That means you're spending time with people that you don't even like at all. That's what that means. But if you don't get it, Sissy, if you don't,
you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Don't worry, we'll talk about that more as time goes on. Yeah, she's very poised and queenly. I like how she presented herself. I'm waiting though. I'm waiting. Did I get anywhere? Jenny Mena? That person is presenting a certain type of, that one, she's famous? I don't follow her. Go figure. But I know what you're talking about. She's always twerking. She was twerking with Cora Obidi the last time when she went to Nigeria. I don't follow that person. The last thing I want to see is just a woman that all we know her for is twerking on the internet. So it depends on what you follow. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's really, overall, it's really what you follow. She said, internet famous people, all the podcast ladies you post here, they are trashy, constantly talking about sleeping with people's husbands. You describe celebrities with the craft, not the same. All the ladies that I post or that they post, which one? Can you give me names, Marriott? Work with me. Give me names. Anyway, let me continue this video a little bit. I'm with you, but I want to get. I just want to understand. Maybe I'm missing something.
For whatever reason, today, that prostitute energy, that stripper energy,
for whatever reason, energy, stripper energy,
the women tend to gravitate to.
That's the energy that the women tend to gravitate towards. I have to believe that all the women he's attracting, that he follows on the internet, are doing this. I have to believe him. That's what his algorithms are presenting to him.
Because it's
I
glamorized.
don't agree with that. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
See, now they're going to argue with him. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with him. How are you going to agree with what's on his algorithm?
No, you go ahead, dear.
I was going to say I don't agree with that 100% because there are women that are not doing that at all, and the men that they meet are not, up to, I would say, up to par. So
That's also them,
it
though.
It really just depends because you cannot be
factors.
Yeah, multiple factors that play in.
Who said multiple factors?
Yeah.
Oh, but I knew said multiple factors. Oh, come on. He deserves applause for that. He said multiple factors. Let's stay focused on the multiple factors part. Let's stay focused on that. Let's hope so.
Yeah, multiple factors that play into that. Yeah.
So just
and then also the men.
With all due respect, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead. No.
Somebody's about to be disrespectful. They're about to start with all due respect. You know what's about to follow, right?
It also depends on when you mention the comments. It depends on the page that you're following because sometimes I'll be nosy and I'll see like if I see like a certain comment, I'll go on their page and they presume to have it together. So there are men that make certain comments that look like they do have it together because I know that you said that majority of the men that make those comments towards women that may twerk or may put themselves out there like that. I say it's kind of like 50-50. It really just depends.
Okay, let's say it's 100. Let's say somebody makes a twerk video and you have a doctor who likes and comments, an engineer who likes and comments, an NFL player, and a soccer. Let's say it's all quality men. Now what?
It's not a what. I'm just going back to what.
It's all quality men. Now what?
The men were, the ones that make those comments. That's all.
So I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to yell at you or nothing like that or be rude. I was saying.
Oh God, here we go. Why is he apologizing? Oh my God, these are the problems. Jenna says, no, CC said, Jenna, she's always twerking her ass all over the place. Her husband always there by her side. Yeah, that's an anomaly though. Remember what you said about anomaly yesterday, right? So that's not I wouldn't use that to push against, but I know he's gonna come for you from all kind of corners. If you use that to push against him, he won't take that in. That would be an anomaly, right? The reality is that most married women are not twerking on the internet like Jenna Mena, right? So, but I'm listening to what Brother Nu is saying, and I'm forced to, it's easier for me to say, hey, he's talking the truth about society. So let's just hold the society accountable. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Brother Nu, what are you following? That's the angle I come from here. Remember, self, social, seduction, attraction, emotional intelligence is the angle we come from here. Remember that? I'm looking for it to put on the screen. Self, right? It does not say society. Well, the only thing closer to society is social, but I'm talking about social intelligence, right? That's what I'm talking about there, right? So not the attempt to hold society accountable. Society is exactly what it is. You learn how to lead your own little circle. It goes a long way in helping the society. But you can't figure that out starting with self. You're probably part of the problems. That's the angle I'm coming from. There are other angles, of course, that are also valid. But that's the angle I come from. That's why. So it's not, people like Brother Nu, it's not exactly lying. Right? But you have to see the truth is telling as his own personal truth. You have to see that as his own personal truth, as his experience. Now, If I try to hold him accountable, like that's your experience, will he accept it? Abi coconut head will prevail.
What's quality men? And then comment on your twerk video. Okay, cool. They liked it and comment. Now what? You still don't have a ring.
Right.
So
You still don't have a ring.
Nothing, like I just said. You can go outside and take a shit on the ground. It'll get attention.
Why is that truth? Because he's paying attention to just women that will do those things that will not have a ring. Right? That's all it's looking for. It's looking for confirmation bias. Like, see, you're twerking and you don't have a ring. That's what even if you show him a proper one, he won't recognize it. Even if you show him Jenna Mena, he won't recognize it. He will only see the twerkers that don't have a ring and have multiple children out of wedlock. Why? Because there's more than enough of them anyway. So that's all he's going to see. Right? I hope I'm landing something. But Anu can find normal women in his community, but he's choosing to focus on the ones who don't fit his desires. That's it. That's it. It's a choice at the end of the day, you know. But you know, somehow that is the woman's fault, not his lack of skill. Let's give him a hug. Not the hug, Jesus Christ. He wanted a hug for sure from a feminine, soft woman, not masculine woman. Don't forget. LOL, you just made me search this girl. The first video I saw was her twerking in the market over prices. See, that's what she does. Right? You know how I was looking for Tia Mowry's twerking video and I couldn't really find. Yeah. That's most women. Even if they've done it one or twice, maybe they're having a good time. But of course, the men that only want to see twerking, that's all they're going to see. If they are determined to drag you, all they're going to see is how they're going to drag you. What does that say? It's about self. It's personal.
It's going to get attention. So
I guess I was just trying to point that out. I wasn't trying to, I guess, I was just trying to kind of negate the fact. But
and again,
I get it.
He's going to apologize.
I wasn't trying to be at all.
You cool, man. You cool.
So I just want to say this because
go ahead.
Andrew said, "You cool, man. You cool."
Yeah,
man.
I just want to say this because
Cool.
the way you were speaking is as if it's a generalization of the type of women that you've come across, right? And I would.
Oh, shots fired! That brother don't collect. Leave that to us. Let me do the. What did she say? I didn't mean to repeat it. Let me apologize ahead of time too. I didn't mean to, you know, but let me repeat it.
You cool, man. You cool.
So I just want to say this because
go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say this because the way you were speaking is as if it's a generalization of the type of women that you've come across, right?
Generalization of the type of women you've come across.
Right? And I would say that I wouldn't be surprised if you take someone, and no disrespect to anyone that works at Starbucks, right? You said you want someone to have time for you. You want a housewife, right? Well, that person that works
feminine, soft,
15-hour shift at Starbucks may have that time to twerk and be online. And for that to be in your algorithm, that means that is probably something that you're looking at pretty often. You know what I'm saying? But if you get the boss chick that's actually working 40 hours a week, just like you, because she's also bringing the she won't for that.
Is she trying to sell the boss chicks to Brother Nu?
You go explain, because no evidence.
Could it work? Brother Nu does not want the boss chick. Forget it. Forget it. Brother Nu does not want the boss chick. And he's willing to wait forever, obviously, if he doesn't find a non-boss chick. He's going to wait forever. He doesn't want the boss chick. Stop trying. Ladies, don't do that to yourself. It's not gonna work. The same thing I tell the men. If it's not a fit, keep it moving. The more time you spend with the wrong people, the more time you're spending away from the right people.
So you kind of get what you're asking for at this point.
True.
I'm not sure about that.
You got that from what I.
The boss chick might do the twerking more than or just as much as the other woman.
I don't know how you made that make sense in your mind, but fair enough. I disagree with that. At the end of the day, I don't speak in absolute.
He said, I don't know how you made that make sense in your mind.
Not be juju be that.
God damn. Mouth like a lethal weapon. And he's about to apologize, probably.
Oh my days, you are more worried into your long.
How do you make that make sense in your head?
In society, to push society forward, there are 3 ways to communicate. You can communicate in individual terms. You can communicate in general terms, and you can communicate in absolute. The only way of speaking that pushes society forward is general terms. Generally speaking, it's hot in California. Generally speaking, it snows throughout the entire winter in New York. There are generalizations that we use as people to help push society forward. So if I told you to close your eyes and imagine a girl twerking online, and I told you that if I told you a girl was twerking online, right? And if I didn't told you it was a Muslim woman with a hijab on.
With respect to these frontier models.
What is he talking about? What is he talking about? He's just trying to justify the BS. That's all that is. Remember, the point he's making, the first point, I actually like it. You speak in absolutes, generalized term, generalization, and what is it that he said? The third one, which is make things specific, I guess. Let me see here.
If I told you a girl was twerking online, I told you to close your eyes. There are generalizations that we use to
push society forward. Never mind push me forward, working on myself. Let's just push society forward so that it can be easier for me.
To help push society forward. So if I told you to
no, wait, what's the third thing?
General terms. Generally
no, wait, absolute
in general terms, and you could communicate society to push society forward. There are 3 ways to communicate.
Absolute.
You can communicate in individual terms.
Okay, individual terms. Okay. So I actually like that. Individual terms, absolutes, and in general terms. I think that was cute and nice. Listen, these people, they are very smart, intelligent. You can't tell them nothing. Some of them have written 50 books. Okay. The issue is that this topic, the result is personally creating. Accountability is the issue here. Let's make it society's fault. That's what this is coming down to, right? So that if society is easier, it's easier for me to get the kind of woman I want. A non-boss chick, a feminine, soft, that can give me a hug even though I'm going to be an asshole, right? Society can make that super. These are his words. So make it easy for me. That's the issue. But Baba want to speak in general terms. Why? If he said it that way, I'm like, okay, it's kind of connecting. I can see. Okay, even if he stopped at just to move society forward, I'll receive it in. But he's about to do. Shalaye.
That we use as people to help push society forward. So if I told you to close your eyes and imagine a girl twerking online, and I told you that if I told you a girl was twerking online, right? And if I didn't told you it was a Muslim woman with a hijab on, that would be hard to imagine.
No, I just imagine it. What is
Muslim
God?
Is usually
because no evidence.
I just imagine it. What do you mean? That would be hard to imagine. I just imagine it. Okay, he's still talking. Sorry, he's still talking.
Quieter woman, much more respectful, a much better presenter. She presents herself much better in public. Usually when you think of a Muslim woman, you think of a wife, you think of a mom. You don't think of
that's him. That's him fantasizing. That's the fantasy. He's talking about the fantasy. And it's okay to fantasize. The problem comes when you can't admit that you are fantasizing. That's the fantasy. But once you are a Muslim woman, that's it. You're just a wife. That's the fantasy. That's the fantasy. Let's continue.
And I'm just using that for example. But
wait, he just said that's for example. Did he just negate everything?
Is there somewhere in society a Muslim woman twerking? Of course. But generally speaking, Muslim women don't behave like that. Generally speaking.
Oh, that's the point he's making.
Push society forward, and that's all I try to do. Is just speak in general terms.
Oh, that's the point. He's just saying a lot of, no, not a lot of, 80% of Muslim women, they don't twerk online. Okay, not 80%. He just wanted to say, he's just fantasizing about all Muslim women. Okay, but let's give him a pass. He said there's some exceptions out there. Of course, there's some. He's just explaining general terms, absolute and individual to us. That's all.
We go explain because no evidence.
Yeah. Shout out to Durrell. Durrell say, listen, Durrell has been dragging these people for ages. You could check out Durrell. Go check him out on this platform. He's a content creator. He's been dragging them for ages. Go check him out. Shout out to Durrell. He's always been a moderator here. Good to see you, man. Can't lie, that chocolate woman at the top is gorgeous. I'm not really feeling the glistening thing. I know what she's trying to communicate, but I'm not. It's too glitz. It's too like this is not a music video. But I get what she's doing. She's cute, but not my cup of tea. Why are you shiny like that, Jesus? Anyway, he should come and meet my hijab wearing best friend. Men make weird extrapolations due to her modesty. Yeah, it's weird. Let's keep going. Shout out to Durrell. Shout out to Brother Nu. He's telling us something here. Individual, general terms, and what is it again? Absolute. Of course, we should never speak in absolutes. In my opinion, if you generalize, you're speaking in absolutes. But let's just for the sake of the conversation, you know what I mean?
So let me ask this to you all: what qualities should women and men be looking for in a partner in 2024? What are some important qualities?
What's the quality? This is a valid question that men are looking for.
That's all I try to do is just speak in general terms.
So let me ask this to you all: what qualities should women and men be looking for in a partner in 2024? What are some important qualities?
I think alignment. What works for, so Brother New's slightly more conservative than I am, right? We're close, but he's
I could tell.
Than I am.
I could tell.
What's in alignment with you? So for me, food. I want her to be. I don't want to cook anything. I don't want to clean anything. She probably doesn't want to pay any of the mortgage. All right, cool, fair trade.
Huh? Wait, what?
I don't cook anything. I don't want to clean. Food. I want.
Did he say food? Is that what he said? Anybody heard that? May I say Ashley is shining. She pour Ari Agbon for body. She pour Adi Agbon. It's Ari Agbon. You guys call it Ari Agbon. I call it Adi Agbon. She pour Ari Agbon for body. Coconut Earl. Coconut is Agbon in Yoruba, just in case you don't know. Is it Ori Agbon? Did you mean Ori Agbon? It's Ori from Agbon. I'm confused now. But anyway, this brother said he's conservative, but not as much as Brother Nu. I have to agree with that. But did he say food? What did he just say? They're asking the quality that men are looking for in women today.
So for me, food. I want her to be. I don't want to cook anything. I don't want to clean anything. She probably doesn't want to pay any of the mortgage. All right, cool, fair trade. Another guy who might need a woman to pay the mortgage, he might say, "Yo, I don't mind cooking. It's cool." But
okay, so food.
The domesticated, organized. I run several firms and corporations. Organized. Help me out with my paperwork.
Okay.
Make sure the house is in order. Make sure my gear is in order. Make sure the bills are paid. Of course, I'll be financing it.
Make sure my gear is in order. The way you said that, more. What do you ladies in the chat? What do you think about that? Are you open to that? Fine, brother. He looks like he's a tall guy too. By the way, I think Brother Nu is also. It's not a short guy. I don't think he's a short guy, but these are fine, high value men. Let me. No, there's no perfect anybody in this world. Can I be honest with you guys? There's no perfect human beings. Okay, but. My gear in order, food, pick up after yourself, maybe after me,
But organized,
shapely,
domesticated,
Shapely.
kind, honest. I'm good to go.
Kind, honest, he's good to go. He doesn't mind twerking, by the way. He doesn't mind Cardi B / Michelle Obama.
Right.
Ladies.
I want someone who has sat down and really looked at the
Oh, so it's not just what men want, what women wants too. Okay, let's keep going.
shadow version of themselves. So I'm always going to
Wait, what?
really. I want someone who has sat down and really looked at the shadow version of themselves.
Okay.
So I'm always going to talk about
Self-aware
childhood traumas
person.
because I feel like
She says she's always going to talk about childhood trauma. She says she's always going to talk about childhood trauma. What do you guys think about that? If you've been following this platform for a while, what do you guys think about that especially? She's always going to talk about childhood trauma. What do you guys think about that? I'll continue playing it.
like childhood traumas is what shape people into adults, and that's why it's so much adversity between black people or black relationships, because
That's not
we've
why.
dealt with so much trauma stemming back from slavery, and so we go generation and generation, and nobody really sits down to heal. So I want someone who has really sat down and faced their fears, faced all the darkness within themselves, and say, you know what, I'm going to break those generational curses. I'm going to figure out what it is that I need to do to learn how to communicate better, to learn how to raise a family, to learn how
Have you seen some of those white boys and white girls inside of the, what's the name of that show? The blind marriage by blind sight? What do you call it? Blindness or what do you call it? Blindness at first sight? Marriage at first sight? Have you seen them? Have you seen them struggle with communication too? Even after they come outside? So even if I want to make it inclusive, I say, okay, it's because of slavery and what do you call it? Imperialism, right? The trauma that African people have gone through, period. Even if I want to make it about that, right? Where is she going with this? They ask her a very simple, what are people looking for? What are you guys looking for today when it comes to meeting a new person? Let me rewind.
nobody really sits down to heal. So I want someone who has really sat down and faced their fears, faced all the darkness within themselves, and say, you know what, I'm going to break those generational curses. I'm going to figure out what it is that I need to do.
At least she said, I want to break those generational curses. But I can't help but to see that her focus is all these negative things. The mind has its way of focusing on the negative things that you focus on, particularly when it comes to this dating thing, right? Thank God. Yesterday, shout out to Cynthia, we were here yesterday. We really concluded to, you got to keep an open mind. You can't keep going into this thing with everything you know. I know you know what you know. You can't unknow what you know. But when you tell yourself, well, I'm just going to have to do that. No, you don't have to do that. No, you don't. You can just keep an open mind and be interested in getting to know other human beings, right? Start with that, right? Start afresh.
To learn how to communicate better, to learn how to raise a family, to learn how to just know themselves better.
What's the question again?
So yeah, someone who know how to communicate, someone who has
Okay, someone who know how to communicate, okay?
sat down and looked at the dark version of themselves.
Somebody who has self-awareness, somebody who has done some work on themselves, right?
Yeah, I land my plane.
Okay. Oh.
So I would have to say for me, a provider, someone who's fun, someone who's a communicator.
She got me a fun. I love the fun part. That's it. She got me a fun. That's it. Oh, Mario says idea, but okay. I didn't know. Depends on what he means by gear, or if it is functioning. No, the gear as in his outfit, making sure it's good to go. Huh? Can you handle that? Huh? Chidima. I have a soft spot for Branu. He's serious. He just needs to focus. He better do it before he hits 40. The older he gets, the more baraku it is. The older you get, the more difficult it is to change your mindset. He better get to it. I'm with him too. I have soft spot for men in general. Because they hate accountability, they don't always see it that way. But I have soft spot for men in general. I know what I know, and I wish more men know what I know. You know? So that's what that is. Hold on one second. All right. What was I saying? Yeah, I have soft spot for men, you know, but if they hate accountability, there's only. But men are coming behind the scenes, and I say something that hits them, like, and then they come behind the scenes, you know. So you have to understand our ego is also involved in this stuff. So you can't say the slavery rhetoric is not true. She is quoting her own statistics too. No, I don't see anything that's not true, by the way. Definitely not the slavery part. There's only so much I can get into that conversation. But the topic is I am 38 and single because I don't like promiscuity. Modern dating part 2. That's what we're talking about. She is on Twitter intellectual. She needs to rest. Biko Wahala. Twitter. Let me play some more here.
Educator.
I got a little bit more extra time, so we're doing this.
Someone who listens.
Can you give some examples of fun, Sheena? Am I saying your name correctly?
Yeah, that likes to travel, that likes to ski, that likes to try like different foods.
Have you been skiing before?
Yeah. Okay. For Valentine's Day, I went skiing.
Skiing is so hard.
It is, but I got on the bunny. I started on the bunny.
I love this part of Brother Nu. This part right here where he just asks, "Have you skied before?" I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, relax, drink some water, take a deep breath sometimes. Don't be so serious. Jesus Christ. Why are you so serious all the time?
It's at the bunny hill. And then, you know, you have the small hill and then you have the big hill. But yeah, I mean, I kind of like, skiing. What else? Yeah, so someone who's fun, someone who's a good communicator, someone
fun
who
second
tells me
time.
also, because I'm working on this, but I used to always think I was right, you know.
Wait, what?
So
you're no longer right?
You know, someone that can, kind of, tell me I'm not right, and have me kind of like think outside of the box. But I would have to say those qualities for right now.
How did you, if you don't mind me asking, how did you get to that point that you had that issue?
Because I remember a situation where I might have, okay, so I'm going to tell you. So I was dating and...
Welcome, Sesmoa.
You argue. And so a lot of times, like in that situation, without going into it, I thought I was right. And then when he kind of pointed out, certain things, I looked at it. I was quiet for a second because sometimes I don't listen to, I used to listen to react, right? Not take it.
Heard but not understand.
Yeah. So I was in that situation where I'm like, okay, I'm not right. I am wrong. Or,
Sheena, I jump in.
Okay.
Would you?
No, before Brother Nu goes. No, let them finish the right thing. This is a very interesting one. This right, I'm wrong thing.
You say that now that somebody can tell you if you're wrong, would you say that you're a much more accountable woman as well? Would you say that?
How did I know that was coming?
That I'm more accountable. Yeah.
And one last question.
She said, I would say I'm more accountable.
Or weakness?
Accountable?
Being an accountable woman, is that a strength or a weakness in your
jump question?
I think it's a strength.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a strength. Yeah.
She thinks it's a strength. Let's work this out. Let's work.
You're right.
I would be more interested in why was she wrong and then think she was right. There's a hidden gem in that. Why was she actually wrong and then she thought she was right? That's what you're looking for. That's the information you're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. If she thought she was right, she probably is still right.
You're right.
I tell men on this platform all the time that it's not a matter of them being right or wrong. I think they are right.
You're right.
That doesn't mean they're just always right. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you were so convinced that you're right, the reason behind that conviction is the information that you need. That's the data that you need. That's behind that is the wisdom that you're looking for.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
If you don't get it, I'm sorry. All right. I have a feeling that young lady has been listening to some jumbo bulaya junk and she's been convinced that she was wrong all along. When she start having sex with another person, guess what's gonna happen?
Oh, beauty.
It's gonna rise all the way right back to the top. You know why? Because all along
You're right.
she was right. You want to convince them that they're wrong?
You doing what?
Just have sex with them first. The actual truth is only a matter of time. It will catch up. It catches up. It's not as simple as telling people when they are right and wrong. I keep warning you guys. That's the easy part. You can easily say it based on your own moral standards. Say, hey, you're right, you're wrong. That's easy for all of us to do. Why do we keep ending up at the same place again? Why do we keep ending up in the same place again? Over and over and over and over and over again. If we've discovered that I was wrong and now I was lost and now I'm found. What about the reason why you thought you were, that you were right in the first place? That reason, that why. You can't get lazy with this stuff. You can't stop at just right and wrong. Hey, I'm warning you. Oh. You go collect.
Sorry, oh.
You go collect. It's not that simple. As I'm right, it must be because I'm right, I'm wrong. So let me try to correct myself, hold myself accountable. It's not that simple. The day you become your true self, he will remind you, but hey, I thought you said you were accountable. What happened to the accountability? And now she's going to run around the internet and say, all women, they cannot be held accountable. Why? Because you didn't get to the actual answer in the first place. You got lazy. The moment she said, well, I'm wrong, you gave in. You gave in. You were so happy. Would you say you're now suddenly accountable? It's a jump question. It's a jump question. And she's like, oh, let me think about that. Maybe I'm, yeah, I think I'm accountable right now. What do you expect her to say? This is the same question as, what's your body count? What do you think she's going to tell you? 3 or less. Are you paying attention? Ejekayara one brain, oh, I'm warning you. Oh. This thing is not as simple as right and wrong. It can be easier, it can be simpler. You can just bring it down to fun. Have some fun. Get to know a human being. Like, just get to know them. Okay? Let your spirit do the heavyweight lifting. Work on yourself in terms of protecting you. Let your discernment spirit do the heavy lifting. You can't do it. It's not sustainable. You can't do it. You're just going to hurt yourself more and more and more. Because you'll be human beings will disappoint you every time. Guess who disappoints you the most? The one you're having sex with. Sorry. Everybody. everybody will collect.
Sorry.
Everybody will collect. Sesma say reading too many self-help books without critical thinking can also have that effect. Yes, that's what it is. After you read, ask my client. Once you read small, let's talk. Oh, tell me what's going on. It's not just reading. I'll get you reading. I write books, but what is going on? What does that mean to you? What about this? It's not right or wrong. What about this other perspective? Did you consider that? Hey, tell me the truth. Because sometimes they've listened to me long enough and they want to tell me what they think I want to hear. Like, no, tell me the truth. Be honest with me. I want to know how you feel. Because your feelings are valid. If I don't know what you're feeling and you want to tell me what I think you want me to hear, the truth is undefeated. The actual truth, not your truth. The actual truth is undefeated. It will rise. The cream always rises to the top. Very, very important. Uncle Bendo Seboranu was on Kindra's show last year. Why is he single? He was. Can you please send that video to me?
And then it kind of makes I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It kind of makes the relationship better when you're willing to, just compromise and not always have to
be right,
get your point across, or be open to listen. Yeah. Or having to feel like you won the situation.
Bingo.
That's it. I would also say someone who's not thriving in their ego, because kind of like what you're saying, Sheena, you're thriving in your ego, so you're not ready to take accountability. You feel like you always have to be right. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to, not always be right. It's okay to take accountability.
That's true.
I think someone who's just not operating in that ego mindset would definitely make a good asset.
I think self-awareness can set a lot of people free.
That's it.
And like you said, Simone,
that's it.
So I think a hint of ego is good, right? A hint. But you have to be self-aware enough to know when you got to drop the ego.
Right. We all have egos anyway.
They're wrong and can't
welcome my
live with
size.
Not being right. They typically lack self-awareness, and their life usually doesn't propel very much. I had a question actually. It's probably on your roster. We can get to it later. I just want to say what's on my mind. What does provision look like for women?
What does provision look like for women?
You said it.
Detail. So the rents.
Wait, what?
Can look like for women.
You're like, what, huh? Like, what, huh?
You said it.
Detail. So the rent's $2,000, the car note's $750, the insurance is $250, food is $450.
I think it's a good question. Yeah.
Every quarter are $3,000. Is it 100%? Is there a portion that women are looking to contribute? In your individual lives, what does that look like for you?
No, a man is the provider. A man should take care of everything.
Every single thing. Cool.
Every single.
And even if you're working or not working.
Absolutely, yeah.
Got you.
Okay.
How about you, Jess?
So for me, I don't believe in the 50-50. I don't. But I do believe in maybe a 70-30, 80-20, right? So for example, if you pay the mortgage and the car note and the insurance, well, no problem. You know what? I'll save for our annual trips, right? Our Europe trips, I'll do the groceries, I'll pay the cable bill, right? So I believe that the big bills should be paid by the man. And, the women, like she saves the money, pay for the trip. Trips and whatnot. Ideally, that's what I want, right? But the whole 50-50 where we have a $500 grocery bill and we split it down the middle, no, I'm not doing that. But I do believe that I do have to contribute some way, somehow, because I do work. I have a high-paying job, and it would not be fair for me. The way I think is just not fair for the man to have to carry 100% of everything on their back, but especially our Black men have everything. They carry the world on their back. So you don't have to carry our whole family unit, right? But a 70-30, 80-20.
Wait. She just said something. I think.
the way I think, it's just not fair for the man to have to carry 100% of everything on their back, when especially our Black men have everything. They carry the world on their back.
Okay.
So you don't have to carry our
That's
whole
empathy.
family unit, right?
Aw.
But a 70-30, 80-20 is something that I think is reasonable for me and my relationship.
I think that's reasonable.
Are you men looking to provide when you're with the woman that you want?
So if I can answer, going back to Ashley's original question, going back to Ashley's original question, I believe you asked what sort of qualities do you look for in a partner?
Yes. Tell us, brother
So
Nu.
going back to that, for myself, I'm a real simple guy. Like I said, I work a lot.
Okay.
I just want to come home to a clean house, a bowl of gumbo, and a hug. I'm real simple. Just
He wants a clean house. What is it? A bowl of gumbo, a sandwich, and a hug. That's simple. Would you guys say that's simple? That's actually very simple. That's not that bad.
be there to support me emotionally.
Oh, there's more. There's more. Sorry.
Be there to support me
Support,
emotionally. Keep
emotional.
the house clean. If we have kids, keep the kids together and stuff like that.
Keep the kids together.
I'll pay all of the bills. I'll
pay the
me
bills.
Personally,
Come on now.
I voluntarily take on the lion's share of the load because I like to set the tone up front.
Lovely. I like that language.
Rest in your femininity, right?
Okay.
It's my job
Lovely.
as a man to help your femininity flow.
Oh, even better.
So I have to set the tone. I have to set the tone
Mhm.
by voluntarily being the lion's share of the load carrier.
Love it.
Now, whether that's 70-30, 80-20, or just 100%. I mean, I'm
He's
open
good to
all of
go.
them.
He's good to
If
go.
you want to like more or less be a housewife,
Mhm.
kind of run little errands for me, stuff like that, that's cool. I do 100%.
Mhm.
You want to work a job, you want to throw in 10%, 20%, I'm cool with that.
Sounds like music.
As long as a person isn't taking advantage of me, like, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, I think, me personally, I think men should voluntarily take on the lion's share of the load.
Hmm.
I don't think that
A provider.
I don't think that men should go 50-50. I
Love
don't
it.
think so. It creates too much of an imbalance.
And I was gonna say this before we move forward. I think it's
Who's
important
talking?
for
Oh,
a
okay.
man
The
to
host.
fully provide, because I'm thinking if you have children with this woman, how that relationship is like financially is only going to be an indication of how it's going to be when we have children. So I do think it's important for a man to fully provide.
That's a great point from Ashley. If she has children and she can't go back to work, how that your lives are financially is something you should be practicing on a regular, even before the children. Love it, love it, love it. Let me come to the chat. Shout out to Ice Ice. I see Ice Ice. Welcome, my sister. Shout out to Shei. I see Shei. Welcome. Let's see. D-Love says the 50-50 talk is all rubbish. Just split the bills how it makes the most sense. So you want someone to pay 80% and you 20%, even though you both make the same amount. Crazy. I think the conversation is often always just, there's no right. This is one place where I can tell you there's no right and wrong. It will depend on what's going on at any point in time, you know. But I agree that the men should pay for anything that involves keeping a roof over your head. You know, that should be taking care of him. Everything else, like water, like be flexible. God damn, keep an open mind, period. And this is how you should move in general, you know. Shout out to Beyond Brace. Jum is here. Welcome, Jum. Bro, no, it's so simple. No fuzz. Come get your man. Your target. Film guy is working. She's busy. She's too busy to worry about this kind of stuff. So yeah, he was saying a lot of good things. No, it's not that simple. He's giving the iceberg of his expectations, but he seems to want to throw money at the household. He will not involve himself in quality time. Now, I'm only agreeing to say more because everything we kind of know before now, okay? I think Brother Nu is consistent. Please don't think he's going to surprise you anymore. He's saying all those things because he's getting ready to set some expectations up, okay? So be ready. Remember when he told you guys were smart? So Just free your mind. Some people needs to be known in close proximity, not from far. Just relax more. Just relax. That's all. Shout out to Tonya, my G. Welcome, Tonya. Good to see you. Tonya is probably waking up. Let's see. What did she say? Sesma said we all collect every other week. One time I collected Shege for a whole week. We are family, hugs. You did, Sesma? What happened? Everybody collects, trust me. It's only weak men that think it's only men collecting here. Everybody, they collect here. They don't even wait to find out. They have left before they find out. But shout out to Shei, Uncle Beno, Gracious Greatness, Uncle Kidola. There's a couple of other people that shows they just rear their face every now and then. But we know that there's about 20% of our audience here are men. So that's a lot of men out of 5,000. So shout out to them. I appreciate them for sticking around until it makes sense. I greet everyone. Some no answer. Okay, enjoy today greeting. It may not be next time. I says, stop the cap. Why are you greeting us? Malice Keepers week. I almost bowed down. Oh, that week. I don't even remember. Funny enough, I don't even remember. I don't remember your take too much. Oh, she was part of the silent treatment gang. Oh, I'm so sorry. We are here to learn. That's all. We are here to learn.
I don't know where I'm not saying you guys or anyone here, women or men on the panel, but it depends. I mean, I know everyone doesn't live a millionaire lifestyle or want to live in a penthouse or a big mansion, but I think whoever you're with, they should definitely fully provide if you're having children with them.
I think they should fully provide too.
And if I can also answer the question of what I'm looking for. Right?
Precisely because it gives wiggle room for the days that even Brother Nu said somewhere else in the video that no condition is permanent. You might actually need the help of your lady, right? So show up ready to provide, just like she's about to show up ready to give you, especially if she's going to give you babies. Just show up and take care of that part. It doesn't mean you don't get to say, hey babe, I need a quick buck over there, I need a G, I need a K, I need a grand over there, something, help me, leave me up. Most of them you won't pay back anyway, let's be frank. Okay, and some days she's just going to carry the whole thing and pay it and know what. Like, just show up ready to go. Okay, and then have room for flexibility. That's how you do this thing. Stop putting numbers on it. The numbers are very annoying. I don't care if you say 80-20, it's very annoying, to be honest with you. And I'm saying it's annoying up for me personally. It's going to get very annoying somewhere in the future.
Right, because that kind of goes with that. So for me, I'm looking for someone, or what I want is someone that has the same core values as me, right? And it also goes with one of the values is the providing aspect of things. So someone that understands that, right? I mentioned it, whatever that looks like. But core values, how are we going to raise our kids?
Core values.
What religion we going to raise them as? That's very important. Someone that has a good sense of family, right? That's very family oriented. I have a
when it comes to what religion you're going to raise them as, you need to remain flexible on that. Keep an open mind. People will get in the middle of life, randomly in the middle of life, like literally, goddamn, in the middle of life, and they will tell you they've converted to something. For whatever reasons, that's beyond you. You have no idea what they're dealing with. Be prepared. For two choices, Basbos or calm your ass down, take a shower, drink cold water, be understanding. If you want them to practice a certain type of religion, the more understanding you are, the more you get to win. Maria says, MOP, I can't take this anymore. It is pronounced c'est moi. Stop this. C'est moi. What did I call it? C'est moi. Okay, I'm going to correct that. I promise. I promise you I'll correct that. That topic was draining. I'm going to keep them shoky now. I won't do part 2, part 3. I'm going to avoid that. Starting next week, I'll avoid the part 2, part 3. We're not Nollywood movies here. There's no need for part 1, part 2. If after I've said what I want to say in one show and I'm still not hitting, then
you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
We got to move a little faster, right? It is well now, but between Ninja Tortu is still out here threatening to sue YouTubers with RICO charges. Yes. He go there all right. Yeah, is he threatening to sue us for calling him Ninja Tortu? Exactly. The numbers will be an issue later. It's going to be a problem because you set expectations around your stupid numbers, and expectations are part of they are witchcraft. Instead of marriage and relationship. Expectations are the witchcraft. Managing them is going to take a lot of your energy, you know. Shout out to Brother Beno. He shocktalized us at Obodo Oyinbo TV today with wisdom. Didn't see that coming. I see you, Brother Ben. MOP sure has held brotherhood and built emotional intelligence in you and us. We are all learning. We have a long way to go because we got children and they are listening. The voices on the internet are louder than us. So we have work to do. Yeah. She has tried. I've just come to accept MOP asn't, like how he says segment instead of seg. That's it's segment now, no? Instead of segment, it's segment. No. Una good day, alright.
You think they're wise?
Anyway, it's segment as far as I'm concerned. I just accepted it like that. Ugandans also say segment instead of segment. Africa is one. Wait, dude, what did they say in Nigeria? That's how I know if I'm correct or not. What did they say in Nigeria? Segment or segment? Which one? Thank you, Jaretonia. Thank you. What did they say? Tell me, what did they say? C'est moi. When we were all in French class, MOP was in Abule. I took Igbo class. I took Igbo class, and I think I took one French class, but they were all one term, so they can only go so far. You know, like Igbo right now, I think the only thing, outside of things you guys have taught me here, like Zuka Nuike. I think I remember, I don't remember. I was going to remember the numbers just now. I don't remember. I thought I remembered the numbers. Oh well. So in Nigeria is segment. Is it in Nigeria? Is it segment? In Nigeria, you guys have derailed the conversation. In Nigeria, is it segment? If it's segment in Nigeria, then you all are wrong. It's segment. Okay. Then you all are the one that's wrong. You know, I often don't say people are wrong, but you're wrong if you think if you think the way they pronounce it in Nigeria is the correct way.
Really big family. I'm very close to my family, and you may not have to come from a big family, but you understand the importance of it and how important that is to me, right? Someone that is respectful, Jojo. And also someone that can communicate, someone that will someone that will feed my mind. I like to learn about different cultures, different things. I want to be able to have great conversations with whoever I'm with, and as long as I can learn from you daily or throughout our relationship, that's really what's important to me.
This lady is looking for someone she can look up to. That's most women, by the way.
So for me, those is really the basics of
you said very interesting early that I caught, and I thought it was a quality. You said black men have the world on their shoulders. You said something along those lines.
Yes.
I like the fact that you said that because you understand and acknowledge the plight of black men, right? That means a lot. And I thank you for saying, don't get me wrong. It's our job to go out there and provide. Don't get me wrong. 6 days a week, no problem.
No, I agree with him on that. When you ladies appreciate us, it goes a long way. Beyond just, bare minimum, you want us to stroke your ego and thank you. Listen, I don't know if you want me to start explaining that right now, but it goes a long way. It goes a longer way than just the benefit we get from it. All right. Uche Baby says, MOP, what is the concept of a man who communicates the fact that he doesn't see himself paying all the bills? I see that as an eyebrow raiser. If a man is saying that, it is a questionable thing. Yes, even in 2024, many people will try to convince you that it's 2024. Actually, it's not just a matter of 2024. Our mothers have always helped our fathers. Is this loud speaking mouth nyama nyama that you have to demand up front that your woman must help you think that's the problem? The reality is that our mothers, our foremothers have always helped our grandfathers. That's the reality. Okay? Let me tell you something. I always talk about my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandfather's house in the village is like this. My grandmother's house, who is the second wife, by the way, is like this, right? I am convinced They didn't have to tell me. There was some other story that confirmed it, but they didn't have to tell me. I am convinced that my grandmother's money is inside that second house, the one that is on his name. It's always happened. They've always mixed money together, helped their spouses, and even sometimes for a long period of time, maybe something came into the cocoa farm and ate everything up, and our mothers had to help to pick things up. It's always been that way. The main issue is that loud mouth, nasty nyama that's telling a woman that he doesn't see himself paying all the bills. The problems are deeper than the bills. If you pay attention, that problem is going to show up in other aspects of life. He's going to be competing with you. So you can't look up to him. It's going to be hard for you to operate as a woman because you can't look up to him. That's not how it works in our social construct. You have to be able to look up to him. You find he's competing with you. So this equality thing, I know you guys also sell that idea, but it's not going to work in a family structure. You have to be able to look up to him. And it's going to, in the same breath, ask you for respect. It's going to create a lot of confusion. So the issue is actually not the bills, it's the mindset. All of this is really about the mindset. Listen, all the rules are going to be broken. 80-20, 50-50. You're supposed to show up. It's you that takes out the garbage. You wash my pata. No, it's the other way around. All that stuff is, all the rules are going to be broken in real life. Or somebody opening their mouth and leading because they want to be, they call it being intentional. Oh, the problems are deeper. So I'm not surprised that it's an eyebrow raiser for you, right? It's probably making you feel some type of way. You can't put it into words, but you just know that something is not right. And if God helps you end up in that one chance, yeah, it's going to be a struggle. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle. Yep. Let's see. I hope that helps with your, I'm not sure if it was a question actually. Of course, if we like it, it feels like a hug. He likes, we like hugs, we like hugs. Because you mentioned that they should come with the mindset of providing. It's mindset. You have to show up as a man like that and be prepared for that. 100%. Okay? Be prepared for the, if you expect her to show up as a woman 100%, what a woman means is not just finances. It's not just respect me. It's literally the whole being of being a woman. Then you show up as a man, your whole being, either socially, from a nurture standpoint, nurture or nature standpoint, you need to show up as a man. If you do anything less than that, you're already shooting yourself on the legs, because the reality is that as a man, there are going to be days that you don't feel like a man, not because of her, just because things are not moving the way they're supposed to move, and you're going to need her. Right? You're going to need all of that. So show up first. Show up 100%. Stop trying to compete with women in any ramification. It's always going to backfire. Always. And the worst part is you coming to me and argue with me that it didn't backfire. And I'm like, no, what you're telling me is happening is backfire. You have a problem. Go and watch this Dr. Shola show. You can see them arguing with him in the chat. You're arguing with your destiny. You are saying that your result is not lining up. So maybe we can tell you something. Or even better, show you something. Because a lot of talk, it's not just talk. I can talk. Talk is cheap. But showing you, one of the problems I see with this panel is that everybody is single. I don't know if the host is not single. Right? They're just talking. It's just too much talking. Too much talking. So we need people demonstrating what they're saying too, right? And in this time and age, that's a very difficult thing. Even if I will help, it won't be demanded. I'm to help, not to share the job. If it becomes your reality that is your responsibility, everything is going to go wrong. It's going to go left. Isa says, truly our mothers are bae, and even the kids won't know that grandma, they won't know. But that has always been the reality. But you won't see them open their mouth anyhow on the internet, and you don't see men also demanding that. They just show up. But life will kick you in the butt sometimes, and then who you're gonna fall back on? The people around you. Sometimes your children, if they're already working. Right? Don't we know that about the Nigeria culture? What's pension in Nigeria? Children? Maybe. Yes. Yep. My mom's money covers my dad's house roof. I'm sure he didn't demand. My mom willingly helped. Yeah, they naturally just, I can't, like, my mom too, right? They just drop everything. They drop everything, but they have to feel safe to a large extent. Even oftentimes, they don't have to feel that safe. They're just taking on as a duty, responsibility. It's not stuff you have to be loud and be teaching women on the internet how to be responsible. If you have to do that, that's that specific woman. Work on yourself. What kind of women have you been attracting? You know? But yeah, we're still diving. I think I'm going to spend another 10 minutes or so just to round this up.
At all. But it's still good to be understood and appreciated. Like, I really don't think women understand how good it feels to just simply be appreciated.
Goes a long way.
That, like, man, listen to me. That goes a long way. Like, and I keep on going back to hug.
Yeah.
That's one of the best ways to appreciate your man is literally just to give him a hug.
The hug is, I like hug from my woman. I just didn't like him calling himself an asshole first before he said he wanted a hug. I was like, what are you doing, man? Okay, that's not a masculine trait, being an asshole. That's a feminine trait. There's nothing you don't brag about that. Even if it's your personality, you need to work on it. That means, okay, it's my personality. Okay, that means you have to be self-aware around it and work around, find a way to navigate that. Okay? But yes, ladies, if you hug us tight, come into the house, it goes a long way. I'm not going to deceive you. I never do anyway, but the hug goes a long way. And also, keep in mind, the hug means whatever it means in your culture. Okay? If you didn't meet that woman hugging you, calm down, okay? What is it that you liked about her when you met her and you made her a wife? Focus on that. Whatever that thing you liked about her, that's the hug. Don't come and be asking her for a hug, because she's going to look at you like, are you okay? Have I ever given you a hug in your life before? Okay? Focus on the things that you love about that person if you're already married to them. If you're not yet married to them and you need a woman who can hug, go and find a woman that can hug.
I promise you. Very, very simple. Like, that means a lot. Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome, and I really do believe that.
Sorry, I was also gonna say, I think when a woman is in love and she's with the man she wants, she will appreciate you, she will care for you, she will do all of the things. I think so much so to the
wait. What did she say?
I was also gonna say, I think when a woman is in love,
yes,
and she's with the man she wants, she will appreciate you, she will care for you, she will do all of the things. I think so much so to the point where I get a lot of girls who come up and say, my man says I'm clingy or it's too much.
Because they're in love.
So I can't see that not happening. If she, when you're in love.
Yeah, clingy, she don't like you.
Let me say this, Ashley. The only pushback I'll give you on that, and I agree with the young.
Why would you push back at when your woman is in love? She will do all those things, right? Let me guess. Some women just don't appreciate, I guess. Really? Let me hear his pushback. Let's hear him.
The only pushback, your qualities shouldn't be conditional.
Oh.
Your qualities should be default settings. So what that means is, and I'll just use myself for example. I'm a provider, okay? There's no other version.
Your qualities shouldn't be conditional. They should be default settings. What is the keyword? Those of you that have been following me, let me come to the chat. This is a good test for you guys. What is the keyword in what he said? If you've been following and you've been a part of the Prestige family for a while, for longer than 3 months, what is the keyword in what he just said? This is a jump question, I know. But let's see if you guys catch it. There's a keyword in what he just said. I'll rewind and play a little bit.
Your qualities shouldn't be conditional.
No, Jim, that's not the word.
Your qualities should be default settings.
He said it second time now. There's a keyword there.
I'll just use myself for example. I'm a provider, okay? There's no other version of me. Society wouldn't.
Let me go back.
Shouldn't be the only pushback.
Pushback?
Your qualities shouldn't be conditional.
The word is in that first sentence. It's going to be in the second sentence again.
Your qualities should be default settings.
The word is also inside that second question, that second sentence. I don't know if you caught it. Listen to it carefully.
So what that means is, and I'll just use myself for example. I'm a provider, okay? There's no other version of me.
Mm-hmm.
Society wouldn't accept me if I said, well, I'll protect you and do the right thing.
Society wouldn't accept him as a man. That's what he's talking about. Remember what we were talking about is women, right? This is an example of competing with women. Ladies, you have your own way of competing with men too. It always backfire. Could it work? Okay, if you don't know how to stay in your lane, if you're trying to think like a man, I get where Steve Harvey is coming from. I'm not talking about that context, but if you are if all your energy is trying to think like a man, you will miss it. Okay, he's trying to compete with women now. Listen to it carefully.
If you the right girl. No. I'll protect you and do the right thing if you the right girl. No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay myself, but I'm just gonna be selective on who I give myself to. Because there's only one version. There's no 50-50 version of me. It doesn't happen. There's only one day. So my qualities aren't conditional. It's a default setting. If I had a terrible woman,
he's talking about the conditions, but it's a key word there that I thought you guys would picked up from the first two sentences. He's talking about it shouldn't be conditional.
I would still pay all the bills because it's a default setting. So it's my job to not end up with a terrible woman. I think that we should work on making our qualities default settings. Don't be submissive to me because I'm a good guy. I want you to be submissive to the broke dude too, because when you come over here, you're going to really appreciate it because you're doing your job and I'm doing my job. I just don't want it to be conditional because conditions can change.
Right. But I don't think she can rest in her feminine being with a broke guy. I don't think she'll have the opportunity to do that.
Lobato, broke guys should not have the opportunity to be with feminine. Let me see if you guys caught the word. Right? C'est moi. C'est moi. C'est moi. C'est moi said he can also initiate the hug. If you have not annoyed me, I will hug you back tighter. That's another angle. You know, anything you want in general, man or woman, you should initiate it. Okay? Unless there are other issues. Then let's talk about the other issues. Is it default? No, it's not default. Is it conditional? No, that's the main topic. I get it. The key word in the two sentences he said was should. He's fantasizing. It's not the reality. The reality is that it's always going to be conditional. That's the reality. And one thing men must learn how to deal with, right? The same reason why they engage red pill is reality. You see it as what it is and you learn how to navigate it. It's not a matter of you accepting it. It's just what it is. So he said you should, and then he said you shouldn't. Anytime people are using the word should, shoulda, coulda, would have, just know that they're talking about fantasies. Now the next question is that can you make that happen? Probably not. It's always going to be conditional. How about you just face reality, face forward. Expectations. Yep. Qualities. Okay. Those are all good words. The qualities shouldn't. That was the consistent two words. The qualities are exactly what they are. They are conditional. Even for men. It shock you. It shock you.
It shock you.
Yes, even for men. Not so much as women, because women multiply. What you provide is what women multiply. But even for men, yes. Even for men, that's the part of men that would like a hug, appreciation, right? He likes the nurturing aspect. You can even become a crybaby if you don't appreciate him. That's how important it is. But that it is that respect and submission, is that where we're going with this? It's not conditional. It is conditional. You earn it. You have to earn. That's where the word earn came in. Trust, respect, submission. You have to earn them. If they dash you, they will take it back. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. If they dash you, it's only just for a short while. Just only but for a time. That's about it. So the qualities that you are just a feminine woman, it shouldn't be conditional. Like
Halfway.
What did he do next? He went on to say, as a man. He didn't say as a man, but that's what he's saying. Like, you know, I don't get to choose. Like, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop it.
Stop the cap.
Okay? It's conditional. It is what it is. No, I'm telling women right now. So women will now use against us. They don't decide that. It's the way you move. Women don't decide if they want to submit or trust or respect. They don't decide that. You are the one in control of that. The question is that, do you have the quality of the man that you claim to be? Are you patient enough? If you've created damages, the more patience you will need. It's just the way it works. That means you have to earn it. Guess what? That means you get to take credit for it when you do finally earn it too. You get to take credit for it. Simwa says, Boanu sounds like this preachy guys that will talk at you until you get frustrated. Let me see. Uncle Beto say, hey sis, where are we please? We're dragging everybody but Boanu. We're giving Boanu the benefit of the doubt. We're still giving benefit of the doubt, I promise. Can someone please fill me in, please? Who exactly are these people speaking and what's their background? Yes, they're single. They're just single people teaching themselves. That's all you need to know. That's about it. When are we starting the Glasgow? I'm rounding up right now. What's today, Thursday? Oh yeah, I plan to rest this weekend. But we'll see if anything trendy happens during the weekend. Please elaborate on how women can compete with man. If you go into a marriage and you're selling equality inside of that marriage, you're leaving your throne as a queen and you're competing with the man. Okay? You're competing with the man. He's going to backfire. If you're helping a man with regards to his career and with regards to, if you're doing all of those heavyweight lifting, you're out of your lane. Okay? There are other things you should be doing to help him, but not in that manner. It's going to backfire. It's going to backfire. Okay? But it's a conversation that we can have another day. I like to use the examples. I don't want to talk in general so you can actually see the examples, how it plays out. But it's also a bad idea to try to be the man, even if you're doing it unintentionally. I think most of it is unintentionally. Even if you're doing it, it's just as bad, even worse, because now it's coming from a place of ignorance, right? It's a bad idea. So, but it can also be a function of you just don't respect this person. You've lost respect for them or something like that. But if you're complaining about it, then you can do something about it. Welcome, Esther. How are you, Esther? It sounded too cocky. Uncle Beno, no gbasgbos, please. We just finished thanking you and commending your wisdom a few minutes ago on the shock. Uncle Beno is undefeated. Esther says, so that's Nigeria pronunciation. So all of you are wrong now. You're trying to sell me the Nigeria pronunciation. It's called segment here. Segment. Okay? Kind of like we don't say develop here. We say develop. Right? We don't say develop. Right? Alright. So yeah, my accent might be a little small tad bit Americanized. Maybe that's what it is. I tend to use pronunciations, American pronunciations. Let's see. Even the phone you buy and own has terms and conditions. Who is he to say women should be default, be submissive? If you put the phone in the underwater, it will stop. Thank you, Simwa. Thank you. Exactly. There's a way a woman function. If you don't get it, then you go collect. You go just explain, tired. You know. Yes. So trust, respect, submission have to be earned. Women will even dash you. They will dash you because they've been listening to the manosphere and they're trying to do the right thing. They will dash you. They will give you free respect, trust, and submission. She will collect everything back. Everything. Every ounce of that respect. She will collect everything back. Because she didn't do the work, bruh. You didn't do the work. You didn't do the work. You're looking for people to dash you respect. Anyway, I like to speak these things in examples because sometimes you get lost in the sauce without examples, you know. All right, let's do another 6 minutes and then we'll round up.
Women in third world countries do it all the time.
Ah! I knew that was coming. Wait.
Resting or feminine being with a broke guy. I don't think she'll have the opportunity to do that.
Ashley said, wait, where's Black Diamond? I don't see Black Diamond here today. She's probably drinking water and champagne somewhere. Anyway, she said, I'm a feminine. I don't think a broke guy deserves. It's like, wait, hold, like slow down. I was rocking with you. I'm trying to understand you, trying to help you here, brother. But where are you going with that? What do you mean a broke guy with a feminine? I'm supposed to be feminine unconditionally with the broke guy? Let me guess. He makes $40,000 a year as a plumber. All right? He dresses as a Ninja Turtle. No. Listen to what he said.
Women in third world countries do it all the time.
Women in third world countries do that all the time. Did I not tell you he was fantasizing? He was fantasizing. The women in case, that's how you guys call it, right? In the village, they do this all the time. They are submissive. They don't ask for conditions. They're just submissive. They just do what they do.
But the lifestyle is still different. They're not living in.
Ashley is like confused. Like, I haven't been to a third world country. Like, she just went for the easiest. She's like, you know what? Their lifestyle is different, right?
$1 million home, right? The quality of life is very different. So it's still equivalent in a way, if that makes sense.
Listen, I'm looking at his face a lot more clearly. This brother is a respectful brother no, okay? But let's focus on the results he's created and the rhetoric coming out of his mouth. He's definitely not the example that he's talking about. And that's inconsistent, okay? I think he'll be a good teacher, but I need him to demonstrate a little bit more of what he's talking about so he can actually demonstrate with some examples, right? I know it's kind of tough in 2024 to do that, but find other things, other callings or something like that. But gentlemen, my friends in the America, you've never traveled to Yankee before. You've never gone to Niger, to Africa before. Let me tell you like this. Can you please take a trip and go and hang out there for like 1 year before you fantasized about African women in the third country? Never mind Africa. Go to Iraq. Yeah, let's go to the Arab world. You know that place where you fantasize that they don't drive. Women just don't drive. They don't allow them to drive. They're just always submissive. Yeah, I think you should do what's his name? Austin Oleman. At least do that. Travel around the world a little bit before you make conclusive statements about what you think women are better on the other side. I think you should do that. So even the young lady in the middle, she says she's been swirling, right? But then she's like realizing that, she was dating older white men, and then she realized that, maybe it's me that I need to work on, right? And she's still trying to figure things out. Yeah.
Oh my days.
I think I would travel a little bit before I make conclusive statements about what women in the third world do all the time. They're just 100% submissive all the time. Yeah. Chidima says he's an undercover passport bro. He needs to just do that right away. Maybe he will come back in 3 years and tell us 2 years. Maybe. He's an older guy. He's much older than Austin. Austin is 23 and he figured things out in 22 years. Maybe he can figure it out in 6 months. But I will say give it 1 year, you know. Mingle with women in the third world countries. Take 1 year with them. Get to know them. Date them, you know. And then maybe if you have the same conclusion, I'll rock with you. I'll say, you know what, you're right. It's my fault. It's me seeing the grass is green on the other side. Not you, right? Which third world countries does he have personal experience in? I would be interested. Outside of just maybe he went for vacation. I doubt it. He needs to go spend at least 1 year out there. I'm waiting for these words next. King, queen, royalty. He looks like the type. Listen, I want to give that brother the benefit of the doubt a lot. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to rest the case there. I think it's a respectful brother. I know many of them. Some of them, believe it or not, let me shock you. They are my best friends. 38, 39, 40, 45-ish. Single, never been married. There's something very common to most of them. Coconut head. Pride. Okay, ego, if you will. Yeah. And if I'm talking on this stage right here and people still find it hard, they push back, imagine the people in my own. You know what the Bible says about a prophet in his own town, right? There's no honor. Yeah, it's worse among my friends. They don't listen. Okay? They don't listen. I'm even saying, even after they hit rock bottom, I think I can think of one that he listens, but it still has that coconut head. You know those people that listen like yeah, but they're still gonna do what they're gonna do. Yeah, so even him is like that. You know, it is what it is. It's okay. It's all good. I think everybody has their own journey, and that's fine. If you don't like the results you are creating, seek help. I am a relationship, marriage, life coach here, so I cover everything from even career to parenting to dealing with raising teenagers, obviously, to dating, relationship, marriage, and life after divorce. You know, as long as you're marriage and family minded. If you're not marriage and family minded, let me be honest with you, I probably can help. Okay, if you're marriage and family minded, and especially if you feel I can help, I welcome you. You can book a complimentary coaching session at manofprestige.com, or you can even send a text message, or you can send an email to ask. It's all scrolling on the screen right now. You can take advantage of them. And then I'll give you a 30 minutes free complimentary session and see if you're a fit for our program. The reality is that a lot of people are winging things along, and they think common sense can carry them, and unfortunately common sense is failing a lot of people. Who are you to say you have better common sense than the rest of us? Common sense is failing everybody. That's the reality. All right. So, and also a great way to start is you can download the books for free at manofprestige.com. You can also get the hardcover versions at Amazon. You can access all of them from manofprestige.com. All right. So, yes, Lola said, don't wing it. With that being said, I want to say thank you for being here. Hit the like button. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. We might be back this weekend. Make sure you enjoy yourself. The weather is still okay outside. The heat sometimes a bit too much, but enjoy it while it lasts, okay? Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.